Hello world, Cowboy Prepper here for my second video. I really hope the camera stays up. I set it up on a wind break, so wind's hitting it. I'll work on setting stuff up better in the future. So today what we're going to talk about here is saddle considerations, saddle configurations for your considerations, we'll say. I haven't been doing the whole horse thing my whole life, but I've been doing it for a little while now, and it takes some thought and some practice, and it takes you like trial and error, and you're really only going to figure out what you like and what is good for you. Again, the theater, your environment, as well as your mission set, what it is that you're doing every day, your job, your task, if you're just screwing off or if you're actually out doing some work. That camera looks like it's gonna fall any second. This is Handsome. Handsome is a 3-year-old gelding. I've had him for about a year and a half. My best friend right here. So I'm going to show you my rig. I don't know who makes this saddle. I got it secondhand. I couldn't afford it, so I got in touch with the guy who was like, I don't know what you call it. He was had it on consignment. Asked him if I could pay him in portions. He said sure, and that's food for thought for all you people out there that are on a budget like I am. Closed mouths don't get fed, so why the hell not go ahead and ask, right? So what we got here is there's a lot of flies in here, so he's like kicking around a good bit. Basically, I got a rope keeper. This rope keeper is actually one rope keeper that was made for it. I put an additional rope keeper on it so I can hold 2 separate things at once. Doesn't have to be a rope, can be a canteen, bag full of jelly beans, I don't know. And then down here there's an additional little concho and tie that the saddle maker put on there. So I actually got 3 different ropes. I caught that, man. Here, I'll just flip it around. So I actually got 3 different ropes going on. I got 1 rope, 2 ropes, 3 ropes, all braided into 1 long rope keeper. That is so I can use those for 3 different things if I want, or when they're all together, I can use them for 1 different thing. When I'm just stashing it away, what I like to do is take this back through the bottom. Sorry guys, I know this quality is the best. So you pull that thing through. All right, let's try setting this camera back up. Hold on. I'll give you a look at the saddle. So these right here, these are cowboy zip ties, piggin strings. This is just basically a braided rope. And this is a braided balun wire or balun twine, whatever. In here, this is a little braid that makes it easier for me to access a super quick knife. That is for good reason. I've had experiences where, one in particular, I had to get that rein cut, and I had to get it cut quick because that horse was in pain and we were having a problem. It was all bad. And yeah, it was kind of sad. There was 2 cowboys there, me being one of them, and neither of our knives were sharp enough, and I had to go into my trailer and grab a super sharp knife and come back real fast. Everything worked out okay. But long story short, having a super sharp edge readily available is clutch, man. You never know what you got to cut, and you got to cut it quick. So these right here, These, again, they're just basic old ropes. You can use them for all kinds of stuff. The reason why I got them tied tight like this is because I rope right-handed. And so when I'm roping right-handed, I don't want a whole bunch of crap hanging all in my way for my rope to catch on. Especially when you're new at it and you suck like I do. The less stuff in your way, the better, right? Let's move up here a little bit past my rope keeper. What I did here is pretty basic. I just, wrapped it in leather a bunch. This is actually hockey tape for now, and I'm far from done with fixing this saddle horn the way I want it to be. But, I got to use it every day, so that's what it looks like for now. And the reason, what I was saying with this is that's a pain in the butt to tie the way it is. So I try to keep it tied the way it is. Because again, I want it out of my way, and in order to have it braided the way it is like this, it takes a few minutes to do. So instead, I have a really quick additional pig and string, cowboy zip tie, whatever you want to call it, right there. That way I can access this and use this before I unfortunately have to take these apart to use them, if I ever have to. Another thing I keep in here that I always keep in here, I usually got a beer or two in here. My cell phone stays in here playing country music. And then I actually keep just a really quick set of, what do you call these? Hobbles. This is a hobble. You put them around the 2 front feet. And basically it's like a set of horse handcuffs. They can't move around once you stick them in those. So if you gotta go walk away for a second, if they're being naughty, there's a number of reasons why you might want to use that. So just a quick overview: extra bag, cantle bag, really sharp knife, pig and strings that I do not want to untie, and I have 3 different rope keepers. Moving to this side of the saddle. You can put a little more stuff on this side of the saddle. Because I'm not left-handed, I'm usually working with stuff on my right side. Hold on real quick, folks. I'm gonna put these back. And so you wanna see this. This is actually, you rope it once, rope it twice. And you can rope them all individually, you can rope them all together, you can do whatever the hell you want, right? So on this side of the saddle, what we got going on is just a little extra bag and what they call a cavalry mounted draw pistol. I don't necessarily see any purpose in having a rifle on me all the time. I prefer to have a gun on me all the time. I'm also not living in Pakistan, so I don't necessarily need a gun like on me all the time, but it is nice to have one readily available. You never know. Rattlesnakes, shooting things just for fun. You just never know. This is just a basic holster that I got from somewhere, some way, that I rigged. So that's how it's staying in there. And I rigged it on with 2 of these right through there, and then I just put 2 nails, boom, boom, right in there. And yes, it did rip a little bit when I did it because I was jamming it down in there. So that's why this is serving as a keeper. So when I stick it in there, it's actually this thing that's keeping it. See what I'm saying? And this thing is just serving as a trigger guard, right? Down here, it's just tied through here. This is just keeping my latigos together because I like it slick. But that is just tied right there like that. So in here, that's for safety and protection for all those who know. In here I keep 1 roping glove, 2 roping gloves, and main pick. Shing, shing. Shing, shing. They like that. And a hoof pick for shing, 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 shing. And oh yeah. So those 2 things stay in the bag along with 2 gloves. So There it is. Those are my saddle configurations for your considerations. Figure out what works for you. Try to keep it high and tight, slim and trim as humanly possible, because speed kills and you want to kill it, right? So yeah, man. Peace up, A-Town down. God bless America.